Think Before You Speak is part of a series of short videos to help aspiring leaders develop their critical thinking skills. Let's begin. If knowledge is the key to success in your profession, then you will not only need to be a critical thinker, you will need to speak up for various reasons. Number one, you're part of a team that's expected to be effective and productive. Number two, you're expected to verbalize your perspective about a pending decision. And number three, you're expected to help decide the best strategy for moving forward. Regardless of the reason, effectively contributing will be expected of you in both face-to-face and virtual meetings. You want to consistently speak up and convey your message in a convincing way. I've identified 5 questions to help you convey what I call the critical voice before and during important conversations in the decision-making process. What is happening? Why is this happening? How do text and artifacts portray what is happening? Who has the power to change what is happening? And when will I speak up and do something about what is happening? Let's start with defining the critical voice. Remember the scene where individuals were silent, but one person apparently felt very good about the proposed strategy? Simply put, critical voice is contributing to the decision-making process in order to further influence or redirect the apparent course of action. It includes providing pertinent information to key decision makers and or providing input to enable coworkers to perform necessary functions. Now let's discuss the 5 questions. What is happening? When you discuss what is happening, you must be able to describe the details in a way that anyone can understand why this is an issue that needs to be addressed. If it's not a pain point or recurring problem, then it is unlikely to receive further attention. Another factor that is deemed more urgent or important will receive management's attention. You must be able to explain why this issue is happening, what decisions or practices are leading to undesirable effects. Be willing to brainstorm to identify possible causes on your own, then meet with relevant others in various roles at different levels to brainstorm what they see as the causes of the problem and compare and contrast logic. You may not agree, but you will have multiple perspectives to consider. Be a critical thinker. Don't be afraid to highlight issues or conflicts. Don't be afraid to challenge the status quo. But be prepared for pushback and opposition from those who are uncomfortable with your suggestions and want to keep things as they are. Use data, not opinions, to address their concerns. How do texts and artifacts portray what is happening? Read up on the company's expressed opinions on the matter. Consider mission statements, handbooks, policies, and procedures. What conflicts may explain why things are happening? Research best practices in the industry and other industries with similar conditions for additional insight. Who has the power to change what is happening? Be prepared to collaborate in this effort. Actively listen to each stakeholder's perspective and find others who agree that something must be done. Have several options in mind that the organization can pursue. Keep an open mind. Don't express there's only one way. When will you speak up and do something about what is happening? When you have the information needed to make a solid recommendation that meets organizational objectives but does not have the same or similar undesirable effect. Present your findings, look and sound confident about what you're saying, and be willing to take an active role in the next step. Follow through with your commitments. Work with people who can implement the changes and deliver as promised. Speaking up allows you an opportunity to demonstrate influence and leadership. I've merely scratched the surface on why you should think before you speak. To learn more, contact me at dr.vce at VickieCoxEdmondson.com. Also, see, think before you meet, think before you agree, think before you accept, and think before you plan. This series can help you be a more effective leader.